Have you always thought of buying a house in Australia, but you think that you don't have enough money and you can never buy a house? But let me tell you, buying a house in Australia is easier than you think. And I'm going to tell you how I bought $500,000 house with only $13,650 in my pocket. So in June 2020, when I traveled from India to Melbourne, I had to go for 14 days quarantine period. So during that time, I had all the time to self-reflect on myself and my goals. I remember calling my friend Sanjay, who has multiple houses in Melbourne, to take his advice whether I should even dream of buying a house. So when I called him and I told him I only have a few $1,000s in my bank account. So at that time, instead of discouraging me, he encouraged me and he said that you're making the right choice, and he guided me how I can achieve. The first thing which I did was I booked a block of land which was going to be titled in 2022 with only 5% deposit. At that time, most of the developers were accepting 5% deposit, which was $13,650. That's right. So that gives me a time to get my life together within 2 years. And just in case, in the worst case scenario, if I would not have been able to save those money, I would have lost only $13,500 of a $500,000 house. That's right. And I was okay to take that risk. You've got to take risk if you want to go ahead. So after paying the deposit, I got serious about my financial target. I spoke to my friend Sanjay and asked him how much money would I need to secure a loan, and he told me I need 12% including the payment for the loan and construction, which came to about $66,000. That's right. So $66,000, that was my goal to achieve within 2 years, which was a big amount, and I had to hustle apart from my doing normal job. So after knowing the exact amount that how much I would need after 2 years, I needed to hustle harder. So what I did was I started driving Uber during the weekend and whenever I had extra time during the weekdays too, which helped me a lot in saving that extra amount that I needed. And eventually in 2022, just before the land was getting titled, I had that amount, $70,000, guys. Yes, I had that amount saved thanks to the extra hustle and thanks to extra opportunities that exist in Melbourne. So fast forward in 2022, I got my land title, I got my loan approved, I started my construction, which went smooth, and in 2023, early 2023, I got my house, my dream house, my first house, and the feeling was surreal. So if you're in your early 20s, early 30s or late 20s, and if you think now buying the house has become so expensive, you just have to disregard all the external noise such as higher inflation rate, higher interest rates. Guys, believe me, there are still a lot of areas even in the main cities like Melbourne, Brisbane or Sydney. The further you go away from the CBD, the better the prices will be, and you will have an opportunity to negotiate with the developer. So I would highly recommend you go for an off-plan property rather than going for an existing property. By doing that, you will have the time for 2 to 3 years to settle your finances, to manage your finances or to plan your finances. So I hope this information gives you some positivity in terms of buying the house, and if you have any more questions regarding planning or if you need some help, let me know. Send an email. I'll have all the details in the description.